Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on stories from the Puranas. And today we'll be discussing about a story which is coming directly from the Puranas about two types of flowers. And those flowers are Ketaki and Champaka. These are two flowers which are extremely fragrant. They're used for fragrances, and they're very well known in India especially. However, these two flowers are cursed and they cannot be used. They cannot be used for worship to Lord Shiva. And this is the story which is once again coming from the Puranas. So when Rama, from Ramayana, he was in the forest for 14 years, he got news of his father Dasharatha's death. And in those days and ages, of course, there were no means of transportation, so there was no way that Rama could go back to Ayodhya, his father's city, to perform the last rites for his father. And of course, he was also banished from the kingdom and sent to the forest for 14 years, so he couldn't have gone back anyways. However, being the eldest son, Rama was supposed to perform the last rites of his father. And Rama, of course, was living in the forest with his brother Lakshmana and his wife Sita. And they were living on the banks of river Falgu. Falgu was a little river there. Now in modern day, Falgu river flows through a town called Gaya in a state called Bihar in India. So when the news reached that King Dasharatha, Lord Rama's father, had died, and the funeral ceremony had to be, well, actually not the funeral was done in Ayodhya, but the last rites, the rituals had to be performed. So Rama sent his brother Lakshmana to a nearby village to get the necessary ingredients for the rituals. And a lot of time passed and Lakshmana did not return back with the ingredients for the ritual. So then Rama decided, okay, fine, I will go and get the ingredients and also look for Lakshmana. So he left Sita, his wife, behind, but Rama did not return as well. So Sita got a little concerned, and of course, knowing that this religious ritual, or this ritual for the dead ancestor, which was King Dasharatha, her father-in-law, had to be performed within the prescribed time, she thought, okay, let me perform this ritual myself, which is the last rites. And she went and she took a bath in the Falgu river, which was flowing nearby. That's where they used to live, on the banks of river Falgu. And then she lit an earthen lamp. She then made the offering as per the prescribed ritual to the dead ancestor herself, in absence of Rama and Lakshmana. And as soon as Sita did that, a voice was heard, and this voice said, "Sita, you're blessed. I've accepted your offering and I'm satisfied." There was a couple of hands, actually a pair of hands, which appeared in air to accept the offerings. Sita saw that, the pair of hands appearing in the air. So Sita was surprised. She asked, "Who are you?" And the voice said, "I am your dead father-in-law. The ceremony has been successful, or the ritual has been successful. I have accepted your offerings." So one of the things that comes to our mind when we go through these Puranas is that, first of all, some people doubt about these rituals being offered to the dead ancestors. So if we were to believe in these Puranas, which are true, which is not a myth, it's not mythology, the first thing is that yes, the ancestral last rites need to be performed. And yes, the ancestors do accept the offerings. So that's one thing we learned here, that yes, it is authenticated by the Puranas that yes, this is what happens. Anyways, so when Rama and Lakshman were away, these rituals were performed. So Sita asked her father-in-law, her dead father-in-law, that, but Rama and Lakshmana are not going to believe me, that these hands appeared out of thin air to accept the offerings, and how am I going to make Rama and Lakshmana believe that you have accepted it? So the voice answered that yes, they have to accept, because you have 4 witnesses. The first witness is the Falgu River. The second witness is the cow over here. The third will be the fire. And the last witness, the fourth witness, will be the Ketaki bush, from where the Ketaki flowers come. So anyways, when Rama and Lakshmana returned, they said, well, they asked Sita to cook the food, and there's very little time left, and we have to complete the ritual for our dead ancestor, our dead father. But then Sita said that, look, I waited for you people, you did not come, and I thought time was passing by. I performed the ritual myself, and then the hands appeared out of thin air, which said that I am your dead father-in-law, and I've accepted your offerings. And Rama and Lakshmana were shocked, and they didn't believe her, and they probably said, well, you're just making it up. And well, then Sita said, okay, well, I'm not going to argue. She cooked the food again, and then Rama made offerings to the ancestors. And then a voice was heard from the sky. Why are you calling us again? Sita has already satisfied us, the ancestors said, and we've accepted the offerings. However, Rama still insisted that I do not believe that. So the voice said, that is true. We have accepted Sita's offerings. Sita did offer and we did accept. Please ask the sun god. And then the sun god confirmed to Rama and Lakshmana that everything had happened just as Sita had described. So Rama and Lakshmana were kind of a little guilty of what they thought of Sita first, that she may be making it up. And they were very impressed with the power of Sita's personality and her virtue. But in the meanwhile, Sita was upset that the four witnesses did not confirm that yes, what she did was true, and the ancestors did accept the offerings. So she cursed the Falgu River that it would hence only flow underground. So even today you will see that Falgu River in Gaya in Bihar, since it's cursed by Sita, it's kind of a very dry river, and there are a lot of sand dunes in the river. It's not a very healthy river full of water. It's very, very dry. So that's because of the curse of Sita. She then cursed the Ketaki flower that it would never be accepted by Shiva as an offering. So Shiva Puja cannot be done with Ketaki flower, so that we have to remember that, because it's coming directly from the Puranas. She cursed the cow that since she did not be a good witness, that the mouth would not be considered to be impure. So although the Hindus consider the holy cow as very pure, the portion where her mouth is, where the cow's mouth is not considered pure, and it's only worshipped not from the face. It's worshipped from her face back onwards, not the face but behind the face. The entire body is considered to be pure, and the cow is worshipped, but not from the face. And then Sita cursed the fire that it would consume everything indiscriminately, meaning which it would not be able to use the power of its discretion when it consumes. So you'll see today when fires break down, it just consumes everything without thinking whether it's, you know, good or bad or holy, unholy. It just has lost its power of discrimination. So this is the reason why a Ketaki flower must never be used to worship Shiva, because it's cursed. Now let's go to the Champaka flower. The story in the Puranas say that there was a temple which was dedicated to Lord Shiva, and Narada, the Deva Rishi, the Rishi or the sage of the Devas, decided that he would go and visit the temple. And on the way he saw a Champaka tree which had Champaka flowers, and he stopped to admire it. And then the Brahman came there to pluck flowers from the tree. But when he saw Narada was there, the Brahmana did not pluck any flowers. So the Narada asked the Brahman, "Where are you going?" And Brahmana lied. He said, "Well, just to beg for some food and stuff." So anyways, Narada went to the temple, the Shiva temple, what he had come there for. But when Narada went to the temple, in the meanwhile, after Narada had left the place where he was admiring the Champaka flower in the Champaka bush, the Brahman came in Narada's absence. He plucked flowers from the Champaka tree and got Champaka flowers and put them in a basket, and he covered it well. And Narada asked him again, because he met him again from his way back from the temple. "Where are you going now?" he asked the Brahmana. And the Brahmana lied again. He said, "Well, I could not get any alms or food, so I'm just going back." So Narada was very suspicious. He went to the Champaka tree this time and asked, "Did the Brahman pluck any flowers from your bush?" And then the tree also lied and said, "I don't know of any Brahmana, nobody plucked the flowers." So Narada went back to the Shiva temple just to check whether the Brahman was speaking the truth and the Champaka bush was speaking the truth. And then he saw the Champaka flowers were lying there on top of the Shiva linga. And he saw another devotee praying there. So Narada asked him, "Do you know who came to worship with these Champaka flowers?" And then that other devotee said, yeah, I know them. It's the evil Brahman, the same Brahman whom Narada had met. He worships Shiva every day with Champaka flowers. And thanks to Shiva's blessings, he has completely brainwashed the king, and he has been stealing the king's wealth. And he's also always criticizing the other Brahmanas and opposing them and creating problems for them. And he's evil. So Narada was very curious. So he asked Lord Shiva directly, "Lord Shiva, why do you encourage such evil? Please tell me." And Shiva replied, "Well, I am helpless. I cannot resist if somebody worships with me with Champaka flowers." So that was the secret. And the Brahman knew the secret. So he was trying to hide it from Narada that he does worship Shiva with Champaka flowers, and Shiva cannot resist Champaka flowers, and Shiva has to bless and give powers to his devotee who worships him with Champaka flowers. And then there was a Brahmin woman who came running with her story, and she said that she managed to get some money from the king so that daughter could be married. However, the evil Brahmana which we just talked about, who used to worship Shiva with Champaka flowers, wanted half of what the poor Brahmin woman got from the king. So he already took half of the money. So Narada decided that, this person is very evil. He's an evil Brahmin. Something has to be done with the Brahmana, or something has to be done about the evil Brahmana and about the Champaka tree, who also lied to him that a Brahmin came and plucked the flowers, and he took the flowers for worshipping Lord Shiva with it. So Narada cursed the Champaka trees that henceforth Champaka flowers would never be accepted by Shiva as an offering. He also cursed the evil Brahmana that he would be born as a demon in his next birth. So that's another story. We'll not talk about that demon story in this video. In the meanwhile, please do remember that two flowers, Ketaki flowers and Champaka flowers, are prohibited to be used as worship or offering to Lord Shiva. And that's the story behind it. These are the stories, two stories which we discussed, and it's coming directly from the Puranas. It's not fiction. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. In the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel and check out my website. There is a link below, and I'll see you with an interesting continuation to stories from the Puranas very soon. Goodbye.